Hello everyone, this is Kweku from Next Gen Windows. Today I wanted to show you guys something cool that I saw on Microsoft Research blog. It's under technet.blogs.technet.com. I'll post a link in the description box below so you can watch the video for yourself, the full video. Essentially what it is like a Skype translator. It's a real-time translator. It's really cool. I just want to show you guys a quick clip real quick. So let me mute this real quick and pause it. And I think it's up to here is where it is. Yes, it is. So listen closely about this one. Let me turn it up and stay quiet. So let me just pause it right there, and you guys can watch the rest of the video on your own time, just for copyright reasons. But essentially, yeah, you saw how it is. Essentially, it real time translates into whatever language. So you can see she's speaking German, and it was translating it into English in that text below, and it was even speaking it out if the person selected it. So he selected it to speak out, so it spoke out in English, so you could understand it perfectly. So it's like, if you're friends with, say, an exchange student or some kind of person that's not from your country, and you want to, speak to them in your own language, and yet you still want them to understand you, this is essentially something that will allow you to do that. You can speak in English, and someone who is mostly German would understand you perfectly because it would read it back. It would speak to them in German. So it's a really cool thing, and it just shows so many possibilities. Now, with the recent edition of Cortana on Windows Phone 8.1, it'd be a cool feature to have in Cortana, like operating system wide, or maybe just something to use with Cortana. It kind of like will nullify the need to have different languages on your Windows Phone, or at least for Cortana. So let me show you guys Nokia Beamer. I'm going to use it, and it's not perfect, but I can show you kind of the area that I'm looking at on my phone so that you guys can view it yourself. So let me scan this code real quick and get to it. 1 second. Nokia Beamer. There you go. Connection lost. All right, let me scan this code. Share nearby. There you go. Now it's going to scan the code. All right. And then once I scan the code, there you go. Now it says it's connected. Simply shake your phone to show whatever's there. I actually want this thing to update automatically, so I can do that. So here it is, and then I can hit the home button, and you can see I am going back to my home. Alright, so what I want to show you guys is this special thing that would be cool with Cortana. So here's Cortana, the tile. There it is. And now that it's getting things ready, let me let it load real quick. I don't know why, but I guess I like food, so why not? But essentially what I was trying to show you guys is, so Cortana, when you speak to it, it speaks back to you in the language that you set your phone to. So imagine if I was to, I was charging my phone. Imagine if I was to say like, what's the weather? So I don't know whether you heard it clearly, but she said right now it's 84 and clear. So could you imagine if you could speak to it and say English and Cortana, and you could speak to it in whatever language, and Cortana could speak back to you in a different language if you chose to. So say you had someone who's from Japan. Say you had their Windows phone. If you spoke to Cortana, and their phone was set to, say, Japanese. If you spoke to Cortana in English, even though their phone was set to Japanese, she could still speak back to you in English as well. That way, she can understand you, and you wouldn't have to change the language or anything like that. So that'd be a cool thing. So what I'm saying is, imagine if there's no more need for having different languages on your phone. for Cortana or any voice assistant, and essentially, what if Cortana could just speak in whatever language that you choose to want to hear back from? So, say if you're Hispanic and Cortana is set to English locally, you could still speak to it in Spanish and it'll return to you in Spanish. That way you could understand it perfectly. So that'd be a cool thing. It's kind of different from what Microsoft is saying in this tech demo, which is speak to anyone in any place around the world, and they will still be able to understand you regardless of where they are from and what they speak. But it's kind of the same thing. It's just a language thing. Yes, it's not perfect, but it would still seem to be pretty cool to incorporate this into Windows Phone 8.1, and hopefully eventually Cortana should come to Windows 9 or whatever their new Windows major desktop operating system will be called. Supposedly it's codenamed Threshold. Hopefully they'll integrate this thing into Windows Phone. So that'd be really cool to have it in Cortana and be able to do all that stuff with it. And another thing is Threshold is supposed to be sometime either next year or the year after that, so we can expect some kind of beta for that soon. And last thing is this Skype translator, as said at the bottom right here. Skype translator is going to be first available as a Windows 8 beta app before the end of 2014, which is this year, if you're watching it this year. And then it'll be available across a number of devices and computing platforms later on. So they encourage you to download Skype and, yada, 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 use it now. And then it'll come out as a beta update if you want to, use that update. So that'd be a cool thing that they'll have. Seems like a pretty awesome feature. We all know Google, and Google definitely will be on top of that. And once it comes out, they'll be trying to, crank out that if they're not working on it right now for, Google Hangouts. But yeah, that was essentially what I was trying to get my mind across is, what if this Skype translator was integrated into Cortana so that Cortana had no language barrier? Cortana could speak in whatever language that you chose to want it to speak to you in. So that'd be a cool thing. This is Kweku from Next Gen Windows, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.